Customers are engaging with us every day. The least we can do is listen to them, and that is why Authenticx exists. When I think about surveys, I often think about a thermometer, and we use our thermometer to take our temperature, and surveys are a really good tool for taking the temperature of an organization, understanding the perceptions that your customers have with you, and using that to see how that's changing over time. So in a lot of ways, it's much like a thermometer. It's a tool that organizations use to get a pulse for how customers are feeling in their relationship with the organization. Surveys are a valuable tool for understanding the temperature of the organization, but the challenge that they bring to a company is in a few areas. One is response rates. Companies continue to be challenged by getting responses to their survey, and therefore they're not hearing from the full audience of their customers. So it lacks some representation and inclusivity of their customer base. In addition, surveys can also be very polarizing. So customers that do participate in the survey either love you or hate you. And you're not always getting the full, complete story because of that polarization. And then the third area is surveys really lack input from customers in terms of the depth of the customer experience. Surveys often ask customers to evaluate the company on some type of rating scale, and it will be very common for surveys to ask things like, could you share with us why you gave us that rating? In those open-end comments, the amount of information that is gleaned is very shallow. It often includes anywhere between 15 and 50 words on average. Whereas when you use a conversation, we speak an average of 125 to 150 words a minute. So just in the nature of that difference, you're getting a lot more depth and richness in a conversation versus a survey can be very shallow in that it doesn't give you much illustrative information from the customer. So what it essentially boils down to is because surveys lack the credibility in terms of the representation of the customer base as well as the depth of insight, companies aren't always able to respond in a way that demonstrates to their customers that they're listening, that they understand the customer experience, and that they understand the customer needs, wants, and emotions. And because they're not able to demonstrate this understanding, they are losing trust within their customer base. If we're going to achieve the outcomes that we're looking for in terms of patient outcomes and an improved experience, we have to listen to the everyday conversations that customers are having with our organization. We can no longer store and ignore the most important and valued and renewable source of insight that we have about our customers.